Well, today I've got a special treat for you. I found a box of my hats, so as quickly as I can, I'm going to go through just about every hat I own. Got a good old-fashioned recruit hat. I've actually got several garbage bags full of these somewhere. It's a long story. I've got a International Festival of Racing, Arlington Park, 2006 hat. Nice and red, yellow bill. I have an Evinrude golf visor. So-so. Abu Garcia. They make fishing reels and rods last I checked. So-so. Special hat. This is a very well decorated Salmonorama hat. I've gone to a lot of fishing contests. Even specialer hat. The original Salmonorama hat. Circa 1993. Weird hats. I have a solar powered hat. And if we had light, yes, it would in fact work. I also have my homebrew super magnet hat, which doesn't quite fit my head. There you go. Hat with giant hard drive magnets on it. Don't let these get too close together, but it probably explains a lot. Furthermore, diving into the box, I have an Evinrude E-Tech Big Fish Bash hat. Big Fish Bash hat. This hat, there was a time when Salmonorama was called Big Fish Hat. Bash. We don't speak of that time. I've got KC Royals hat. Circa Little League, since it doesn't actually fit on my head. I have a Dare to Resist Drugs and Violence hat, which doesn't fit on my head yet again. Apparently I did resist drugs and violence. I have a very dirty recruit hat. It's hard to believe, but I did tear down a building while wearing this hat. Probably more than one. We've got a David Copperfield hat. Does not fit whatsoever. Got that at a David Copperfield show. I think we had front row tickets. Don't know why. I have a BattleBots IQ hat. Because I was a member of BattleBots IQ for a time. Got a really ugly hat that I think changes color in the sun. Or based on temperature. Let's never speak of that hat again. Got a Brayton Point Fishing Club hat. Red polyester. Gets the job done. We've got a ridiculous, old-timey, I don't know what to say, painter's hat. Again, never speak of it. We've got an old White Sox hat, which has written on the inside, Carlton Fisk hit number 200 home run, August 6, 1991. First season at New Comiskey Park, Sox 14, Yankees 5. Fascinating history in these hats. That's really for that hat. We've got an Intel hat. They give them at trade shows from time to time. Got a World Series White Sox hat. Very well. Arizona Diamondbacks hat. True story, I used to play for the Diamondbacks. It was Little League, get over it. And I've got this Yosemite hat, which I can't quite describe because it's corduroy, as was the style at the time. Also has some sticker detailing California picturing a bear. Cub Scout hat. Way too small for this head. No fascinating story written on the inside. Bunch of different medals on the front. Now, for those of you White Sox fans, or anti-fans, I do have a Cubs hat, and look at this. It does not fit on my head. Haven't worn that hat in years. I have a Navy hat. That kind of goes along with the recruit hat theme. I've got, yes, as a matter of fact, I do in fact have a Wisconsin Badgers hat. I have no idea how old that hat is. I have a Lexar Enterprise hat. Does anybody remember Lexar? They used to be big with flash drives, not anymore. I have a, and I don't know why I don't wear this hat more often, yes, you may call me a Super Genius hat featuring Wile E. Coyote. Fascinating. Another recruit hat. Sensing a theme, I may have started to try and form a cult. Got another International Festival of Racing hat from 2003. Almost fits my head. Must have stopped growing around that time. I have an American Heart Association Jump Rope for Heart hat. It's got kind of a suede brim. Really weird. Got a Toronto Blue Jays hat. I think I used to play for that team too in Little League. Got a U.S. ski team hat. This might have been a box top cereal giveaway. I've got a Super Sweepstakes fishing contest hat. I've never been a part of that Super Sweepstakes. I have a Fishing is for Real Men hat. Still fits. We've got a Boy Scout hat. Circa, Illinois. Again, doesn't fit. Almost at the bottom of the barrel here, I have a brewer's hat, because there was a time I was a brewer. Little League again. You got the Cigar Seek Sweet 16 Arlington Citation Challenge from when the Racehorse Cigar was trying to beat Citation's record. I believe it was for longest concurring wins. Well, that's the bottom of the hat box. But my runners-up, I have, of course, the Goofy hat. Used to be pretty good hat. This tooth never stayed down, though, so you didn't get the full appreciation. I have basically your everyday all-around hat. It's pretty much standard for the course. Of course, I have the adventure hat, which I tend to feature on my YouTube videos. And finally, of my own creation, I have the duct tape top hat. And the funny thing about the duct tape top hat, it is slightly magnetic. You'll note it's not falling off of there. So there you have it. It's pretty much every hat I have in the vicinity.